Folks, I hope you saw my hangout with Nikunj Trivedi and Sandhya on the caste factor rearing its ugly head in Seattle. Now, this is sort of like a continuation because I took a step back and I'm seeing the bigger picture as to how Hindus are being targeted. Please understand one thing. When sometimes I say Brahmins are being targeted, or when I'm saying I'm a Brahmin, I'm a born Brahmin, but I'm a practicing Kshatriya. That's how I see it. My Varna is Kshatriya. I've been fighting battles using my pen as a sword, and I win some, I lose some. That's how it is. Nothing is ever perfect. But the reason why I'm having this hangout is because there is a new HitJob article in Huffington Post, and of all people, they have taken aim at Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller of the state of Maryland. Here we go. Who is Aruna Miller, Lieutenant Governor of Maryland? Now, she's a Democrat. And when the CAA started rearing its ugly head in the United States, you remember how many people, how many city councils wrote against CAA? It's all basically from the fount of the IIMC alphabet soup organizations. You know this thing well. So that is where it started. Now, what has happened is there is a hit job on Aruna Miller by a writer in HuffPost. I mean, I would expect Huffington Post to be a little bit more sure about their research, but the guy just goes on and on and on and on about Aruna Miller's links with what is called right-wing extremist organizations such as the Overseas Friends of the BJP. Then he talks about somebody else who says this person is a member of HSS, this is that. See the big picture here I want to convey not only to Hindu Americans who are aspiring to be on the GOP ticket, but also on the Democratic ticket. Remember, I'm a political independent. I'm saying it, I see it, I say it. Here is Aruna Miller's quote against CAA when she was campaigning. This is December 18, 2019. She got elected on a Democratic ticket. But now, having gone there, now she has become a target for Hinduphobia. Not only her, Pramila Jayapal, who is now a congresswoman, her house was stoned with eggs and other filthy material. Remember, she is also another Democrat. She calls herself part of the squad, very progressive. The point I try to make is the same thing is going to happen to other Hindu American sounding names such as Kshama Sawant and so on and so forth. Why? Why is this happening? The reason is that the Hindu Americans are seen as somebody who is well off, they're hardworking, and they are becoming the lightning rod for some vested interests to attack India, especially Modi. They see that 2024, if the BJP comes storming back, that many of the doors are going to get closed. Some of the subversive activities that were happening, whether you think of it as conversion or sedition, whatever it is, all those things are going to be shut tight. That is what is their worry, and that's why they are doing this. So here we go. Take a look at what is their strategy. What is the Shatru strategy? It is digital, meaning like you attack them by social media. You don't even know how many new channels have come up, mediums have come up, such as 4chan, and Telegram is very active. And we don't go and look at all those places, but the amount of hate spewed against Hindus is just mind-boggling. Their thing is now they're trying to go after character assassination instead of the outright one. And remember that the Indian American community, of which I would say 90% is Hindus, they are the richest ethnic community in America. And meritocracy doesn't help these lumpens because they don't have the brains. So what they try to do is to try and gang up and find out what are the things that are there and light a match, whether it is wet weather or dry. Keep trying, see if something will stick. Eventually they find something and then they go hammer and tongs after that. This is something that we have seen in Leicester model in United Kingdom. Same playbook is being played out here. The point I think is I can't match you with wits for wits, therefore I'm going to try and bring you down. And it is your fault for being a Hindu. I want the Kshama Savants of the world to understand. See, this you are not going to be able to, when you try to take up this caste issue and try to make it as if you are a crusader, you are a convenient tool for today. Once you achieve your objective, you are going to be cast aside like a wet cloth. That is my take on it. And they were going to rinse and repeat. And you can ask me, who is they? Well, here are some of the people who are the ones that are behind all this stuff. The Hinduphobia.ai, Ram does a fantastic job using open source tools to find out and track how many people are Hinduphobic. They will be doing it on various social media platforms. The tool is becoming very powerful now. You can see IIMC Council at the top of it. They do fake news, they do anti-Hindu, also do a lot of fear mongering. Archana Sonti, this is somebody new that has come up. Remember, when somebody says somebody is anti-Brahmin, I think you have to understand that it's a symbol. It is easy to equate Hinduism with Brahmin because many think that it is the Brahmin that is the one that is the custodian of Sanatana Dharma and Hinduism. Well, to some extent that is true, but a Brahmin is not a Brahmin by birth. It is somebody who has the Jnani and the Tyagi values, that they follow that in their life. Those are the ones who become a Brahmin. I would urge you to watch an interview that Annamalai gave to ANI, Smita Prakash, and there's an excellent explanation that he has done. Please remember, there are three words that are often confused, and remember that this is the crux of Sanatana Dharma: Brahma, Brahman, and a Brahmin. A Brahmin eventually comes down to this: somebody who's learned and who doesn't lust after anything, power, riches, or anything like that. This has been the way it has been for many, many years, in fact, decades, in fact, hundreds of years, perhaps even thousands of years. And this is what they are after. They want to break it down because they think that this is the person that is standing between them and a full frontal attack on Sanatana Dharma. Now, these are some of the handles, and here are some of the ways in which they have done this. There was a water tank in which human feces were mixed. And the DMK government, this happened in Tamil Nadu, the DMK government knows who did it. The name has been identified. No action has been taken. How horrible is this? Tamil Nadu is a water-starved area. So wherever they use the money to bring and fill that into the water tank, all that money has gone waste. Plus, look at the disgustiveness of this. Why would somebody want to add human feces to a water tank? And this just goes on. Human Rights Watch report is there. Most of them are lies, outright lies. The BBC documentary was another one. Khalistan activism, you saw the attack by Khalistanis in Australia on a Hindu temple. All these are misguided elements. Khalistanis are who? They are Sikhs. Who are Sikhs? They are Veer Hindus. They don't sit down to understand what their glorious past is. And it is also our fault that we are not trying to educate them about what exactly is their past. So let's get back to what is happening with the United States on the big picture. Expect these kinds of assaults, verbal mostly, on many of the Hindu American congresswomen, senators. Watch what's going to happen when Nikki Haley starts announcing and runs for president. See how much disturbance she's going to face. Same thing is going to happen to Kamala Harris if she decides to run for president in 2024. Unfortunately, some of them try to kind of walk the secular walk, wokeism, to think that, oh, we are your best champions, and now they are also going to start facing the music. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications.